this is Maria. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be sharing with you cool crafts that you can do with your children, toddlers and preschoolers that work on important developmental skills. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm a mom of two. I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. Well, both of them are almost 3 and 5. And on my channel, I focus a lot on Montessori at home, also developmental activities of all sorts. I work in the industry of childhood development and education, and I'm very passionate about early childhood development. So pretty much everything that I ever get from my kids or any activities I do with them are always working on some sort of skills. If you love this video, make sure to give me a like, subscribe to my channel if you're looking for developmental content for your children or just mommy content, and check out my Montessori playlist and my activities for kids playlist, because I've been filming this content for quite a while, so I think you'll find some good ideas there as well. Alright, so one of the first things I will be talking about today is actually pattern making and beadwork combined. So what do I mean by that? Pattern making is basically, in essence, being able to reproduce a pattern. This skill develops in children about 2.5 years of age, where you want to start doing this work. And why is this important? Because for your child, it's an ability to recognize the repetitive process. You can start with very easy, very early stage. I actually love doing pipe cleaners for my kids when we do beadwork. I've also shared the videos when I did straws, when I did a craft needle, and also just a yarn. So there is so many different ways you can do it, and you can make it easier or harder. And beadwork, period, is a great way to define the right grasp for your child. Grasp patterns are really important, especially in preschoolers when they get into that age to write. If they don't have the right grasp, they won't be able to hold their pencil, and they will be a little bit behind in those skills. So in this case, it's just a repetition of purple, yellow, blue, purple, yellow, blue. So you will work with your child on creating purple, yellow, blue. To make it more fun, you can attach the pipe cleaners to the plate, just regular paper plate, and create spiders. You can make a sun anywhere your creativity takes you, but make sure that you are working on a pattern. With a little bit older children, for the patterns, you can use different color shape combinations, and then they could look and see that this is red, and then this is yellow, but these two are the same shape. So it also gives you an opportunity to discuss with them. The next great thing for your kids to practice a multitude of muscle development and fine motor skills is actually wiki sticks. You can learn to twist them, where the twist in motion is extremely important also for development of the wrist muscles, as well as these muscles here that define your grasp again. At the same time, you can also practice on repeating the shapes. The set that I have from Wikisticks is Travel Fun Pack. I actually shared it with one of my videos in the past, and it comes with this little book. Now, you don't have to have the book, you can just have an ideas, but the idea is that you could outline the shape the way you can do it with your children. For younger kids, you use the shapes. For older kids, you just use, you can create it yourself, letters, words, where they can practice those memory building muscles when they use the wiki sticks to make those letters, and it is part of them memorizing how to. Anyway, the next one on my list is obviously Play-Doh, because what kid does not like Play-Doh? But some of the things to do with Play-Doh and when you play with it. So for the youngest children, what I would suggest, just give them some beads, appropriate size, watch them that they don't use it in any way, they don't put it in their mouth. And so let them just stick them in Play-Doh. Again, the more they handle smaller objects, the better their muscles develop. As the kids progress, make sure they start using the shapes, and you can always correct them on how they push in the shape into the Play-Doh, so they push with the right position of the hands. And the next thing that you can do, which is an actual craft, is actually just making Play-Doh monsters. It is extremely fun. You can put googly eyes, you can put all kinds of sticks in it, and then put the beads on the sticks, so giving this whole beadwork more fun idea. And when the Play-Doh dries out, it actually makes for really cool constructions that my children and I use as sculptures in our playroom. So the next craft to do with your children, and this one is probably 3.5 and up, is sewing kits. So my very first sewing kit I've ever purchased was actually from Target, and they were in a dollar spot. I believe they were about $3 or $5 a pack, and Scarlett made this one. Then there's also sewing kits like this one that makes dinosaurs of this kind. Typically it comes with some stuffing, shapes. It's pretty self-explanatory. Sometimes you might need to buy a cropped needle of some sort. So see, it kind of comes with everything that you will need. If you have a younger child, what I used to do with Scarlett, I just used to take buttons and we would cut out a monster from a felt paper and then put in the buttons as eyes. And what you basically want from this craft, outside of just sewing and practicing, it's the same grass part in development and making those activities fun, is scissors and scissor skills. For younger children, you might want to use the plastic scissors, like if you have a 2-year-old, because at the age of 2, you should already introduce your child to scissors. And here is some ideas of the activities that I've done with my children that were crafts, but ended up being amazing for many reasons. So for Christmas, we did Santa cookies with my daughter. So first, she had to trace the shape of the cookie onto the paper. Then she had to cut out it. Then we would have to glue decorations or draw decorations on it. Then we made an envelope and glued it together, put the cookies in, and then she had to write her name on the envelope. All those things, if I would try to make her do any of them one by one, might be daunting. But because there was this very fun part of sending cookies to Santa behind it, she loved it. We did the same for Valentine's Day. So for Valentine's Day, we traced hearts, cut out the hearts, glued the things on the hearts, decorated them. And again, we wrote down names on the back of them because we were giving it to family members and friends. You can do the same for Easter, whichever holiday that is approaching. If it's a birthday card, incorporate the cutting skills into the fun activity. The more fun it is, the more likely the kids to love it. The last thing I want to share with you is these tiny markers that typically come on a craft set. They're very, very good for your kids to start practicing writing. I actually keep them and I use them for my Kumon books. The reason why they're so good because they're very tiny and your child is forced to use the proper grasp pattern. They are also easier to maneuver than some of the bigger markers. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it was fun for you. If you did, make sure to give this video a like, subscribe to my channel for more content of this kind, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.